So I'm gonna go ahead and just start diving into everything. Just a reminder, in case there's anyone watching that has not ever heard any of my energy updates. Every Sunday, I uh, come on here and I basically talk about what's going on in the world, what's going on within the collective energy, and what's going on that maybe on a astrological just things that we should be looking at for this week moving forward. And today I actually am talking about some pretty interesting stuff. I will go ahead and get started. So, and also I got to read my sloppy handwriting in my journal. So give me just a second so I can read and remember what the heck I need to talk about. All right, so this week we are being told to allow ourselves to be out in the sun as much as possible. The reason for that is the sun is acting as a purifier for us right now because in this, at this time, there's a lot of toxin energy that's going to be released, which I'm going to talk about more in just a second. And that's why a lot of people are also getting sick. It's kind of just leading up to that. But, and it's no coincidence for me at least that I'm sick now. I was a little bit sick yesterday, and now today I'm just pretty darn sick and just purging. My whole family's purging, except for my littlest one. I'm hoping he just doesn't need the purging. He's all good and doesn't get sick. But yeah, so everything right now this next week you're being urged to allow the sun to hit you whenever you can, because when that sun shines onto us, we actually act as like a refractor or a reflection or a um, I don't know. It kind of like comes in and it purifies us, and then that energy is able to flow out into the world. And what ends up happening with that energy is it starts to create these pathways that act as like a roadmap for the collective. So as we have that sun hitting us and we're allowing ourselves to just bathe in the sun as much as possible, that goes in and it sends out these rainbow energies, and those energies flow out into the world, and that connects with everyone else, and it ends up creating this manifestation of the energy that we're supposed to be in and that the universe wants us to be in right this second, all thanks to the sun. And for anyone that doesn't know, and for anyone that does, you understand how important the sun is. The sun does so much for us and so much for our energy on a collective level that yeah, just the sun does so much for us. So right now, allowing yourself to be out in the sun and getting that energy um, from that sun. So this week, moving up, we are actually going to be there's it's kind of like a toxin purge that's happening, and it's what it's going to do is it's going to draw out the negative energy, the negative, just the negative shadow and energy in the collective. And as it draws that energy out, we are going to, um, we're going to feel or see or experience in the way of being sick or in the way of just being drained or having anxiety or not being able to sleep very well. There's a lot of that kind of stuff going on right now, and that the toxic energy within us is going to be drawn out. Now, the warning with that is that once that energy is drawn out, we have to allow ourselves to detach from that toxic energy and move forward. Because if we don't, there could be a way that we can reconnect with that negative energy, and it will then reattach to us and integrate with us, and then we'll be living with that dense negative energy. This year is about moving into a much lighter energy as a collective, and this toxic energy that's moving through is or moving out is going to help lighten things up. And yes, so we do have to detach from that. Make sure that you're detaching from that. And the way that you can detach from that is say, I release this negative energy and I am choosing to move forward with love and light and just trying to live your highest vibrational life that you can. Here in a second, I'm going to show you a map, and it's really interesting that about the chakras of the earth that's happening right now with these fires over in California. So I'm going to talk about that in about 2 minutes, 3 minutes. So yeah, stay around for that because that is extremely interesting. I'm excited to show it. I mean, I'm not excited about all the stuff that's going on in California, obviously, but there's some really big coincidences that's happening with that. All right, so excuse me. All right, actually, I guess I'm going to talk about that right now. I didn't know I was at that part yet. So, right now, with these fires that are going on in California, I'm going to show you a map really quick. Hold on, I'm going to get myself a throat lozenge so I can stop coughing. All right. So, where am I at? All right, so I'm going to switch screens really quick and I'm going to show you a map. Let me make sure. Are you? Let me know if you're able to hear me because I just realized that I switched over my mic um, to the. I don't know if my mic was switched over, is what I'm saying. So in the comments, let me know if you were able to hear me while I was sharing my screen. All right. So anyway, on that map, you can see where the chakra of the earth is, and the root chakra of the earth is, and it's right there in California. And what is happening right now with those wildfires? Now, no matter if it was intentionally set, and sorry if you couldn't hear me, keep that map in your mind then, because I don't know how to add my mic to that. So um, anyway, keep that map in your mind. So right now, what's happening is on California, or you can look up the Earth's chakras and try to see where that root chakra is, which is in California, right where the fires are burning. Now, no matter if the fires are intentionally set, if they were accidentally set, if God did it, if the government did it, if some guy did it, it doesn't matter. Uh, it happened in divine time and it happened in whatever way it's supposed to, because if it wasn't meant to happen, it wouldn't be happening. Things don't just happen, as we all know that. It happens for a reason. The universe, God, Mother Earth, whoever would not allow that to happen if it wasn't something that's meant to happen. Now, that is not saying that it's not terrible and you know all the things. But what I am saying is right now, the root chakra of Mother Earth is being opened and or activated. And with these fires, it is activating and it is acting as a amplifier for the Earth's Kundalini energy. Now, the Earth's Kundalini energy is, so if you don't know what Kundalini energy is, it is life force energy that flows and it connects us to all that is. Now, the Earth is opening up all of its pathways. Now, you're not going to be able to hear me. I'm just going to show you really, really quick this map. So give me 1 second. So, all right, I gotta get back to Facebook. All right, so you see the map. Now, that energy activating in that root chakra of the earth is actually acting as a amplifier for the energy to flow through Mother Earth. And what's going to happen is that energy, the pathways through all the chakras, is going to be blown wide open, and it's going to allow Mother Earth to flow. It's going to allow that energy to flow. And what's going to happen is a big, big awakening and a big, big shift on Earth. There's what I'm seeing is not this is not necessarily this week. This is kind of the future of this year, but we are going to see some weird wind patterns this year, and it's going to be soon. I believe. I think it's going to be like within the next few weeks, if not this week. But there's going to be some weird wind patterns that are happening. Now, I don't know if anybody has seen anything on this, but there's been some really weird bird patterns that's been happening. You know, usually they fly in like a flock. I don't know what the heck to say, but they flow like the little birds. They fly in a big old bunch and they make those pretty waves in the sky. And then geese, they fly in a triangle or whatever, however they fly. Well, there's been a lot of video that's surfacing of these birds flying in this incredibly weird pattern. So, what is happening with that is the Earth's magnetic field is shifting. Now, this is shifting to allow for the awakening, allow for the energy shift that's happening. I don't know how to really put it, but it's open. It's happening for that. That's on an internal energetic magnetic field kind of way. Now, with these winds, what it's going to be doing is it is going to be, excuse me, for anyone that doesn't know, I'm sick at the moment, so I'm battling not coughing this whole entire live, but I'm doing good so far, so we're good. But those winds on a surface level, like if you look at the trees blowing and the birds blowing and the animals feeling these winds shifting, the same way we would if we were really in tune with the earth, but we have our instruments. So we'll have the meteorologist saying, you know, the wind usually doesn't come from this direction, but it's flowing, you know, whatever. So instead of coming from west to east like it normally does, we might see east to west flowing or something along those lines. Now, don't quote me on that exact part, but do quote me on there's going to be some weird wind patterns. And that is going to be letting the surface layer of Earth know, hey, it's time to shift. Hey, we are shifting. Hey, this is happening. And that is going to happen within the next few weeks. All right, I want to make sure there's nothing else on that. Yeah, so everything's just being activated and ready to shift, or told to shift. And yeah, so Ashley, I see that you've said, and I see everyone saying he couldn't hear me as well, so I'm sorry, but I'll fix that. I literally tried to do that in like 2 minutes right before I went live. I've never tried to share my screen and switch scenes and all that, so I'll get it together for next time. But yeah, and Ashley said that she's been seeing both, and yeah, you and everyone else. I haven't seen it with my own eyes. I've just seen videos of things, but there's a lot of weird stuff going on right now. All right, so back to that toxic energy that's going to be released. Now, not trying to go super hippy dippy on everyone, but aliens, extraterrestrial, other dimensional beings, however you want to put it, are going to be assisting with this pattern or with this release of this toxic energy. And here's why. Mars is aligning with the Earth and the Sun today, actually, maybe. It might be today. I think it's today on the 12th. I don't know if, yeah, I don't know. I just have been told this, and then I literally Googled it right before I got on and saw that the Earth was going between Mars and the Sun, and I was, oh my gosh, so all the stuff that I was putting down is definitely validated. So Earth, Mars, and Sun are going to be aligning. It's going to be Sun, Earth, Mars. Now, what is going to be happening with that is we are going to be seeing a reflection off of Mars because the sun's going to be shining on Mars, and that's going to be reflecting onto Earth. And it's going to be like a reflection of our past selves, our past society. I don't know exactly how to explain it to you, but I will say that I do believe that we have lived on Mars before, or we had a colony on Mars, or we maybe still do. And I think there was a big battle or something that happened, and it's now obviously no longer a thing there. But by shining on Mars and then reflecting back onto the Earth, that is going to be almost like bringing up our shadow selves, and that's where those toxins come into play. I actually wrote the stuff down about the toxins a day prior to receiving this information about Mars. So I was actually happy when I received it because it gives me more validation that this toxic energy that's being released, it has some basis, excuse me, on a planetary level. So yeah, so it's bouncing off of Mars, reflecting onto the Earth, and it is drawing out our shadows. It's drawing out our old ways or our old society, or however you want to put it. And it's going to open up old wounds, though, as well. Not wounds as we know it, wounds as we may have known it when we were a civilization long, long, long time ago. Um, that's the best I can explain it, and honestly, the most that I know about it. I don't know any more specific details on it, but I do know that the Mars, Sun, Earth alignment is going to draw out a lot of stuff for us. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. So yeah, the old energy of Mars is going to be brought out and shadows on Earth, and it's going to be released. And we have to make sure that we release it. Now, obviously, that can come with seeing some negative stuff in our lives or in the collective and so on. So we have to navigate that however we navigate that. All right. So then a couple more things. All right. So anyone that was watching my live, I think it was last week, I did mention something about like there's going to be some, or someone is going to make some like decisions in government that's really going to bite them in the butt. Now, I've been kind of led to the fires over in California. Now, there's a lot that could have been done to prevent that on a government level. Now, I'm not talking Democrat, Republican, or any of that. I don't give a crap about any. I mean, I do, but I don't at the same time. Um, they're all one and the same. But there was a lot that could have been done in a lot of legislation that didn't happen there. And it's really biting some people that wanted to save some money in the butt now and destroying up to 30% of a dang state. That's what I have written down, that around 30% of California is going to be burnt by the time these fires are completely done. And that's devastating, obviously, for many people. I mean, there's a lot of evil in Hollywood, but also a lot of good people that live in those areas as well. Now, with that being said, uh, this is going to lead to an eye opener for the elites or for the people that are doing bad. So we have the Diddy stuff, we have the just all the stuff that we have, and just so happens all their houses are burning down right now. Well, this is also there's it's kind of hard to explain, but there's many different layers to what's happening right now. Now, there is a layer of, hey, there's a cover up happening of a lot of stuff. That's why these fires are happening. They were intentionally set. But then there's another layer of these fires that is saying, hey, elites, hey, pedophiles, hey, bad people of the world, pay attention, because right now your planet or your area is being burnt down, and that's a layer that's there. On another layer, there is a message to the collective that we are not as safe and as cuddly as we think that we are. Things can happen at any time, and we want to make sure that, not that we live in fear, because that's not going to help anything. And if you've been following the Sunday updates, you know just a week or two ago was about not living in fear. Now, what we want to do, though, is we want to move forward with feeling strong and so on, but be proactive about things and stand up for your community, for your state, for your country, and so on, and try to stand up for what is right and what makes sense and so on, without being that angry person that's just ranting and raving about things. Try to just be strong and move forward. And it's just acting as a big eye opener for many. Now, with that being said, moving forward with this week, it would be best for everyone, even if you're like, you know what, I don't meditate. it would be super good if you could just sit still, sit quietly for like 5 to 10 minutes and allow yourself to breathe. And as you breathe, seeing light either come into the body or open up in the body and then flow out. But just seeing light coming into the body and releasing any negative stuff that needs to be released. I would do that at least for this whole week moving forward, just for 5 minutes or less. Just do it. That's my point. That will help you to release. That'll help you to be clean. That'll help you with being able to navigate the stuff that's going on. There is so much energy, so much stuff going on right now. The sun blasted some energy to us a few days ago, and like so much anxiety, so much insomnia, so much depression, so much stuff is happening right now, and we just don't know why. And it's because of the energy that we're in. So doing energetic protection. I have videos on my YouTube about that. If you don't know what that is, you can watch it there. I just did, no, I didn't. I was getting ready to say I just did a fundamentals of spirituality on it, but I didn't. I believe that's on my YouTube as well, though, on how to ground and protect yourself and and set boundaries and all that. All that is important, and cleansing your energy on a daily basis. That will help you to navigate. And then if you can do any kind of meditation where you are just seeing any kind of negative toxic energy releasing from you, that would be amazing. Just releasing that energy and letting it go and moving forward in your light body. That will help you to get to move forward with this week coming up, and allowing yourself to not move in the fear and understand that everything is happening for a reason. You chose to be here at this time during these times. So just trust the process and trust where you're at right now, because everything is going to be in divine order, and it's going to happen exactly how it's supposed to happen. Now, if anyone has any questions, I encourage you to ask any questions that you have or any comments or anything. I would love to have a little chit chat before I get off. If not, it's okay, but I'm just going to give you a second to do that while I talk about a couple other things. So with all that being said, trying to eat cleaner this week. Trying to eat cleaner in general is a good idea, but trying to eat cleaner to allow your energy to flow and allow yourself to be able to let go easier as well. That is super important also. Now, with all that said, you're going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. Everything is actually amazing, and we're going to go through this releasing the toxins, and everything is going to really start to look up. So, I think that's it. So in the comments, I have a link if you feel like you want to donate. No need to if you don't have the money or don't want to or whatever. That's perfectly fine. No pressure. But that is there. And then I also have a link to my YouTube channel where there's a bunch of different videos on things, and to my course online for the chakra bonding class. Now, I am getting ready to release a intuition building class online, which is going to be super cool. Also coming up on Mondays, I am thinking about starting a healing circle on Mondays of some sort. I just am tossing that idea around, and I haven't went much further with it yet. But I do plan on Mondays to start doing some sort of healing circle, in some capacity. So look out for that. That should be within the next month. I'll be doing that. My chakra bonding course is coming up this week on Monday. Tomorrow. So if you are interested in signing up for that, feel free to reach out and sign up for that. If you missed any of this live, it's going to go right to my YouTube. It takes about 30 minutes for it to load. As soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to jump on there and get the process going to load it. And as long as no one has any questions or anything, I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here, and I will in the comments. I don't know if I can do that now. No, I can't do that now. So in the comments, I will leave a picture of the Earth's chakras and a picture of the wildfires, so you can see what I'm talking about. And and you'll be able to see that. Sorry, my stuff's switching around on me. All right, cool. I hope you all have an amazing week, and I hope what I shared with you helps move you through this week. And if at any point, as always, you have any questions on how to navigate anything with your energy or spirituality in life, or just anything in general, I'm always here to help, and I would absolutely love to help you. It's free to reach out with a message on here or on my cell phone or whatever. I want to be your go to for anything spiritual or energetic to help you to make sure that our collective and our little family that we have in the community is um, just running to its best capacity. All right. I hope you all have a great week, and I will see you next time. Hello. Hello.